Dan here, Amazing Framer. Just want to show a technique to square a walkout foundation. When you have a walkout wall, they jog down as it goes to the back of the house. Alright, so what I want to do is you want to get a straight square line down this wall here, and you can see it steps down as it goes back. Okay, quite an easy technique, call it technique. What I've done on the garage here is I've got this whole garage square. I use a 3-4-5 method, and this whole upper portion is square. So I take my laser and it shoots lines forward, up and down, and to the side, and they're square. So you can see I've got a line 5.5 inches in, which is going to be the thickness of my wall, and I've set this laser. You see that dot down there? That is right on the 5.5 inch line, on this 5.5 inch line, and then I've come in 5.5 inches from the outside, and I've put an X there, and that's where that red dot is on. Then I follow this red line all the way down to this block of wood that I've nailed on the foundation. And there's my red line. And I've leveled up so you can see that lead line from my pencil. And now what I've done is I've made this red dot hit that my lead pencil mark. So that means this red line, this dot, this light is directly over top of this 5.5 inch chalk line. So it's parallel with that. So as it shoots forward here, it's going to shoot. Remember, I set it 5.5 inches in. So that means, you see that now it's hitting my hand? So what I'll do is the laser is behind the camera. It's parallel with my 5.5 inch line on the front of the foundation. And now, you should be able to see this light hit this level. There it is. You see that? Yeah. Okay, so now I make it hit the edge of the level, and I make this level plumb off that red dot. And I continue that. My next jog's another 2 feet down. So all I'll do is I'll grab my 6-foot level. You'll see how I got the level, my smaller level on an angle here. It helps me hold this one steady. Perfect. Now I'm going to get these lines up on the top of my foundation here. I got to get the lines on those back foundation walls there of the walkout. Simple technique here. If I show you down in the basement, that is my laser. See if I can get the dot, the sting is here. Okay? So that means I have a perfectly plumb line going from that laser up where I'll be able to read it with my tape. So I'll hook my tape on the foundation here. Okay, I got my tape hooked on the outside of the foundation, perfectly on 5.5 on the line that I have snapped up on the top. And you'll see I'm on 5.5. Okay, there it is. Okay, now I'll go to the bottom. So I've got 18.25, so there's math. Hope you like math. Here you are now at the back foundation, down low. I hooked my long measuring tape on the end of that rough buck. I'm running the tape to my laser here. Okay, now we'll take a measure, get this measurement. The key is you don't want to move your laser here. 34 foot 34 foot 7.5. Yeah, 34 foot 7.5. What am I plan? This is the truss layout actually. I need 36 foot 2. So 34 foot 7.5 plus 1 foot 6.25. You even see that? That's 3/4. That's 13 and 35. So I am at 36 foot 1 3/4. 36 foot 1 3/4. I needed 36 foot 2. So that means where this is hooked on here, pencil, hello, where this is hooked on. So if I'm going to come in 5.5, I have to go 1/4 of an inch back, and I'll be at 36 foot 2. Okay, so now we've set up on the other side. We're 5.5 inches on my red mark. That means the tape's on the outside of the building. Come over here, we'll look for a red, red dot. 17 7/16. 17 7/16. Hooked on the bottom there. And the tape to the front corner. All right. Hope you can see that. I have 32 foot 8 and 5/8. All right, the other side I need 34 foot 2. So we have 33. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And oh boy. 5/8 inch would be 1 1/8, 1 1/16. Right? 5/8 plus 1/2 is 1 1/8. Take off the 16th, 1 1/16. Yeah, 13 and 1/16. Hey, that means we're 1/16 of an inch too far, because this totals up to be 34 foot 2 and a 16th. Ooh. Lots of fun there. So 16th too far. So there's 5.5. I'm gonna guess a 16th. Please forgive me. There we go. I'll double check everything, but that's how you set it up. Just as long as you get your laser to give you one plumb line, you can do all the math off of it, and that's the basic idea. There's one thing that's important when you start your house. Take your time squaring it. It just makes your life a whole lot easier. But just take your time.
I'm going to snap the line for this here bearing wall. I'll show you the technique I use for that. Again, it involves the laser. I measure from that end, on the inside of this plate, to right here. Then I put a nail in, hook my string on, measure from there the distance I needed to here. Hooked my string on, made it tight. Right back at the lower part of the string line here. Laser level, laser level. Turn that on. Don't need the lines, slow all that down a minute. All right, so now we're just dots. So now, all I want to do is I want this dot that's coming at the top to hit my string. Can you see it hitting the string? Now, all I do is come down here where the light is on the concrete. Put a lead mark there. Let's go to the front. Yeah, keep an eye. You'll see it flash on the string, hopefully. Camera's on the concrete. If you look at the string line there, you can just see that flashing. I'm just nicking off the edge of it. Oh, I think I went too far. This is tricky. Trying to look at the camera. Oh, too far. There it is. Stay right there. So you see it on the string. Now we'll mark the concrete. There's just so much room here. Oh, there's a rock right there. There it is. As you can see, daylight's leaving, which made that really easy to spot when it hit the string. Made the string actually glow red. It's awesome. Never had it work that well before. When you do this in the daylight, it's tricky. And if the rope is up high, if the string line's up high, we'll stay away from the generator. If your string line is like 8 feet or 9 feet up in the air, I take a broom or something and just put it just over top of the string line so it's shadowed, and then I can see the red dot coming up off the footing. I can see it hit my broom, and that way I can adjust the laser level on the footing according to the red dot that I'm seeing on my broom, and eventually you'll see it faintly flash on your string line.